Yes, people, welcome to Never a Foul Friday. You know what it is, people. The weekend's here, the vibes are here. You see, Daps was blowing the smoke as the intro ended. I like that, to be fair. The timing was bang on. Guys, there's 20 of you here plus already. Please make sure you smash a like. Please make sure you subscribe. As I said as well on the tweet, road to 8K. We're literally 300 off now. So guys, you guys that have been supporting the new members, the members that have been here for 2 or 3 months already since the World Cup, which was like ages ago, big up all you lot, man. So keep supporting me, Daps, Cass, Mo, and the whole gang, man. Big up Travelli, says alhamdulillah. Love that. Big up everyone as well, says Dennis the Great. Big up Musto. You know what? Every time I see your name, you remind me of Malo Gusto. I don't know why.
You know what? There's fair with them, bro.
Yeah, innit? They remind you of name players, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's mad. Big up Ilyas every time he's here. Big up Daps, Cass and Ty. Big up Gabby Goals. Big up Chelsea OG, one of the members. Love that, bro.
Yes, what you saying, bro?
Says hello. Big up Bossard as well. See, you remind me of Trossard. That's what I'm saying. Big up from Canada. Love that, man. This is sick. You know what? I love this, Daps. You know when people watch.
I met last week after the City game. Yeah, I had it was mad humbling. I was at Mary D's, which is City's kind of bar afterwards, and I had firstly I had this guy. Massive guy come up to me. He runs a City supporters club based in Perth in Australia.
Man.
And was like, yeah, I'd love to get you on.
You travelled over for the game?
Yeah. Then I met this guy from Toronto, right, who came over and was like, yeah, I watch you and Big Steve. And I was like, oh, how long are you here for? And he goes, yeah, I've been here for 5 days. And I was like, right, so you've seen 13 goals for, no goals against, and 8 goals for Erling Haaland. Yeah. And he was like, yeah. But I remember after the Brentford game when we lost 2-1, on the train back, there were 3 Americans that had flown in the day before just for the City game to watch City get beat by Brentford. And I was like,
mad, isn't it? When you actually think about it, it's crazy, man. The commitment's sick, though.
Fans do from other countries.
Yeah.
It's mad, you know?
It's actually mad. And sometimes we can take it for granted because it's kind of on our doorstep. And I think, for example, you're a perfect example of it. You hadn't gone to games for in the last 10 years, but since we got streaming, your passion is kind of think, I want to go back to what I was doing as a kid. And now you go more than ever in the last 10, 15 years. Do you get what I mean?
Do you know what? Yeah, hold tight, Nigel. I know he doesn't watch YouTube. He's the number 1 points holder for Man City. Yeah, sometimes me and Steve meet him. In Real Madrid, we met him for dinner after the Tottenham game. We went out for dinner with him. Yeah, and he goes. When I say to every game, I mean every game, as in even as in the tours, right? In fact, I met him in Barcelona as well, but. When the World Cup was on, he flew out to City had warm training.
Yeah, warm weather training. I played a couple friendlies.
He flew out to Abu Dhabi and sat in a hotel for 10 days just in case they decided to have a game.
Bro, that is mental. Yeah, I know that. Do you know what? But the thing is, football does so much for mental health as well. People don't realize how good it is just watching your team and then people you meet. 100%.
But I'm not gonna lie. We've still got 8 days to go until the Premier League's back. Yeah,
I know, and I can't wait. Daps, I'm missing it already.
This international break's killing me this time. Yeah. It really is.
I'm all right. Big up Chelsea OG. Cass, I'm going to come to you in a second. So I'm just going to quickly go through this. Where's the boss man, Big Mo? Big Mo is not going to be on for a few days. He's taking a little bit of a break. But he's obviously always watching, supporting.
He's in Miami, bro.
He's gone Miami. Yeah.
Oh, no, we can't be. He's not living it large. I'm sure he's fasting and whatever in Miami. But you know what? I actually feel like Mo needs a break because I've been watching. Yeah, I haven't been on many shows this week, but I've been watching. Yeah, and I know some call him what is it they call him? Football Thicko Mo. Yeah,
right?
Jordan Brown. I feel like his brain needs a refresh because some of his takes have been getting mad.
It's the Inter Milan. He's feeling the Juve heat coming. He's feeling the Juve heat. Big up Guadalupe, another member, Martin as well. So 100%. Everyone keep smashing the like. Over 100 of you here already, man. So yeah, man. Everyone that's also fasting as well. Obviously, happy Ramadan to all you guys as well. Keep pushing strong, man. Cass, what are you saying as well, man? I know you're always doing something in the background and that, but come on, we got to bring you. You got to come into the show, man.
I'm good, man. It's just, you know what? I'm looking back at the prediction. So I only done the most updated one, which, believe it or not, people, was halfway through September.
Well, if we looked at the summer ones, it would be even worse.
That feels very long ago, you know, September.
Actually, no, I tell a lie. The only howler there was in there, technically right now, was probably Man United and
Now West Ham, bro. West Ham.
But the ones that we did do first, when Forest were up there, and they were there, like in and around, like the
Bro,
mid-table.
I remember saying, like, on West Ham, I've never been on this West Ham bandwagon, right? I thought they, like, last season had a really good season, but I was like, it's not. But I never thought this.
And now they're trying to focus on getting this Europa trophy as well, what Conference League in that. So it's all mad.
They're still in it.
Yeah, they're still in that. Like, they're proper taking that seriously as well. My father-in-law's going to home and away.
That's like when Wigan beat us in the cup final
and then went down. Yeah, 100%. People run up the likes as well. Like D1 says, big up D1, man. I hope you're blessed, man. Always here. And everyone that's inside, so all the members, everyone that's new as well, man. But what we're going to be doing, guys, we're going to do our Premier League predictions. So just so you know, we're going to go through what we did in September. In brackets, I wasn't on the show, so don't come for me. we're gonna look at the predictions from September, and then basically what we've done, even though Mo's not here, Mo sent us our predictions for the rest of the season. Daps has got his, Cass has got his, and I've got mine. And basically, we're just gonna touch on the main thing. We're not gonna go through every single team, but we're gonna touch on the main ones that people might think, why have you got that there? So you guys in the comments, when you're looking at our predictions, we want questions from you to say to Daps, for example, why have you got X, Y, Z there? That's what it's about, man. We've got interactive view lot. What I'm going to do, Daps, is I'm going to get up what we done in September or what. I don't. Were you on that show in September, by the way?
I think I probably would have been, to be fair.
I'm not too sure, to be fair.
Might have been, innit? Look at West Ham. Oh, my days.
That's what but bro, after last season, I was always like, I'm not sure about West Ham, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the first. So West Ham must have been doing good at the start, you know. They must have started all right.
But a lot of it looked good though. Like when I think about it, look, Leicester City, Wolves, Palace, like it's not that bad. Like Southampton are down there with Forest.
Cass, you done a me and Daps special. I love it. You played it cool on United. Yeah, love that.
No, because I got overruled.
Yeah, he got overruled, bro.
Oh, is it?
I wasn't having it. I was pissed.
Bro, and Mo, actually, to be fair, me and Mo were proper on Newcastle being the team that get in the top 6 and push United out of it.
So this was the time where I think Tottenham were top of the league. They looked really good, and Mo was not having it. And I just remember, like, I just so remembered not having it. And Newcastle.
You were anti-Newcastle.
I'm still anti-Newcastle.
Bro, I'm telling you, yeah, bro. I don't know what happened to you with Newcastle, but you hate them. Like,
yeah. I've noticed Cass is not.
Bro, it's a weird one though. Like, there's a mad hate for Newcastle from Cass.
I don't hate it. It's not hating on them.
Nah, bro, you do. You hate them.
I'm not sold on them because of the style.
No, bro, you hate them. You hate them.
I don't hate them. I'm just not sold on them the way you man go on about them.
Yeah, Cass has always said that they're gonna hit a rock where they just draw bare games and that.
Do you know what? For me though, I was right about Newcastle up until the transfer window, because I always said, look, I thought they were going to do well based on their January to the end of last season, yeah? And I said, now in the summer, they're going to go and invest, they're going to bring in a few better players, and with the better players they got, they're going to push on. And they did. And I said, now, I think this was probably in September, I said, if they get to the January transfer window,
you did say
in the top 4,
the World Cup,
they will invest to make sure that they, and for whatever reason, they didn't. Like, I don't know what their reason was. And you know what? It might be for a valid reason. I don't know what it was. But they didn't invest the way you would expect a team that is ahead of the curve with a squad that probably isn't good enough to be in the top 4. And who did they buy? They bought, for me...
Anthony Gordon from Everton.
Which, for me, I said at the time, I don't know how he's performed for them, to be fair. But
he's been in and out. And do you know what? He's injured till April now.
But for me... mid-April. For me, yeah, like Newcastle have a squad where it's all about the togetherness, all about working for each other, what Eddie Howe's doing there. And then they've gone and bought a player that I believe is an Everton fan, has come up through their academy, and when shit hits the fan, he's ducking. So for me, I'm like, I don't know if that suits the mentality of the club, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And I think he's come he's coming into a team as well where Cass would agree with me because we've been St. Maximin fans. You know, I have that from day as well. And he started the season crap. I'm going to be real with you. Like, he's been injured, he's been poor. But the last month, we're starting to see the old St. Maximum. And Gordon actually plays on the left. So now I'm starting to think, you're not going to take St. Maximum's place because St. Maximum's better than you. I'm sorry, even if you're 60 million. So
yeah, he is.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Gordon's actually going to become a starter. Like, he might have gone to that team, and it might be one of them ones where next year he's just find himself on the bench because Almiron will start over him. They'll probably send the right winger, and St. Maximum's better. So we're gonna have to see. Let's have a look at it right now, then, because obviously, should we start with what? Should we look at what I want to do, Cass? Is I just want to look at what we've done. Yeah, because some people are saying Spurs second, Arsenal fourth, and Brentford 14th. So let's touch on a couple of the ones we've got.
Bro,
like
Spurs second is mad.
It's the Howlers,
like.
I actually want to put. I want to put it out there. I wasn't here for this show. Fuck it.
He was.
If it ended up with Spurs being second, I wasn't here for this show.
He was here.
I must have been overruled then.
But what? No, but it's mad. Look at what we done there. Spurs second, Arsenal
you know
fourth.
It was. Let me do this. Yeah.
Oh, it's Mo. It would have been Mo that.
So basically, it was down to the wire of either Liverpool finishing second or Tottenham because they actually looked good back then. Yeah. And I remember. I think I might have put the final nail on it. I'm gonna go Tottenham second this year. I think it was.
And you know what as well? You got to think they had the window. Everyone's gassing the window.
That's the only one that's really and truly been pro Liverpool for this year because he couldn't believe it. If we actually logically think about it, that's like, no, there's no way Liverpool are gonna drop off this, that, and the other. So yeah, we just done that for the.
You know what it was? You have to remember actually, if you think about it with Spurs, yeah, I do remember up until probably about October, maybe even November, because the whole narrative was this isn't sustainable. Everyone was saying they are where they are. They keep getting wins, but it's not sustainable. Yeah, everyone was saying that. So that's probably why we put them there. But
what surprised you most when you look at the top 8 there, 8, 10? Obviously, we'll touch on West Ham more in the relegation mid-table thing, but I think for us to say Spurs second and Arsenal fourth, it just shows to us that we didn't actually think, Arsenal were that great.
No one did. Bro.
You know what I'm saying? No one did.
Yeah.
And that actually that is like the perfect example of summing up football because I actually still think now, and I'm going to be real, Arsenal had a good season. I'm going to show them respect, but I've got to be realistic about it as well. I still don't look at their squad and think, that's a title-winning squad, despite them being top.
But here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. And I said this on, it was AFTV, I think, months during the World Cup, is that we have to remember they have a very young squad, right?
Yeah.
So young means you haven't had the opportunity to prove yourself. So at this point, based on what maybe a lot of their squad have won, you're going, that's not a title-winning squad. But once they win a title, all of a sudden, that's a title-winning squad, right? Because they've had the opportunity. Like yesterday on Terrace, we did, is Saka overrated or underrated? And you didn't have a choice of in the middle. And I was like, for me, at the moment, he's probably underrated, but that's because he hasn't won a league. The minute he has a league to his name,
his expectations.
That's it. Because if we're being real, like so far, Saka's been we've always known Saka's ceiling, but if you look at it, he's never won Arsenal Player of the Season, I believe. Right? He's never won Young Player of the Year so he hasn't won things to make people go, oh my God, Saka's amazing. Now this season, I would like to think Saka will win Player of the Year for Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's definitely got a shout.
He's on that path,
Yeah. So, and if Arsenal win the league, he gets Player of the Season for Arsenal. He'll definitely be in a shout for a young player and potentially Player of the Year in the league. And if they win it, there's a good shout he gets then. All of a sudden, Saka is going to be spoken about
in the top, like in that. Do you think? Okay, actually, I've got a question for both of you then, and even the comments. If Saka wins the league with Arsenal this year, do you think he becomes world class?
I hate the word world class.
I know, but okay, let me define it world class, by the way. So I mean top 5 players in his position in the world, right wing. It's proper hard, isn't it?
I mean,
I can't think of 5 better right wingers than him.
But the other thing is, bro, you have to look at it, is people can say, like, this person's here, this person's there. If we're looking, right, Neymar is a left winger, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, so this season, Brazil didn't win the World Cup. PSG aren't going to win the Champions League, right? At what point are we looking at Saka and going, Saka's had a bigger impact than Neymar?
Yeah. You know what it is, I think...
Because he has, bro.
If you think of the dynamic of World
Arsenal
Class...
without Saka,
Yeah. So for me, I think there's world class, because I've even been in debate with this as well. Look, you could be world class by showing it on the world stage, which is the Champions League, but then you could be world class because of the qualities you just possess. That's it.
Yeah, bang
So
on. Look, Neymar has the qualities that he naturally possesses, but actually on the Champions League and World Cup, he hasn't actually like lived up to it.
That's the elite stage. That's the elite stage.
Yeah,
when everyone jumps
Harry Kane.
right.
Harry Kane's the perfect scenario for it. He has world class qualities, but just never does it on the world stage.
When Grizz said one time,
I watched this,
that he feels like Neymar has underachieved, everyone went in on him. Yeah. And this is a thing where people need to listen to what people say. Like, for example, when someone says bigger club, that doesn't mean a more successful, that means a bigger club, right? When someone says underachieved, that doesn't mean shit. That means for just how good that player is. Like, for prime example, another one, Hazard, massively underachieved, right? Now, when you look at it, massively underachieved. Neymar, let's be real, when we were young, not even when we were young, but like what, 12 years ago? Maybe a bit longer. The expectations on Neymar, were mad. Absolutely mad. Now, when
I remember he burst through.
Yeah, he's done stuff with Barca, with Messi, but when he stepped away
and
from
people
Barca,
always question that should he had left.
Well, you know what? Credit to him that he left to go to PSG and maybe become the main man and take PSG on to other things, but he hasn't.
Yeah,
he hasn't. And with Brazil, unfortunately, he hasn't. Like,
yeah, I think what they won. If they won the Copa America, that's it. I think he's only won.
Probably.
Yeah, it's interesting. Let me see what the comments are saying on the Saka thing. Then we're going to go into our predictions for the rest of the season. Big up Goonally. I see you inside the building. People said I see when Saka comes in. I always pop up. Saka has won Arsenal's Player of the Season twice back to back. Okay, fair play. I didn't realize that, to be fair. I thought he'd won it once, but I didn't know back to back. I didn't know that either. He's that now. One more season. No. He's there already, in my opinion. Name me three that's better. I can't, and that's why I do put him in the top five.
As a right winger, we have to be real. Based on consistency. I was on with Deluded Gooner yesterday, and we kind of did a piece on Saka and Foden. And actually, we both agreed that we don't like comparing them because if you look at their stats, they're so similar. It is insane, within like a decimal of each other. But if we're talking this season, I'm not here to say Foden's been better than Saka this season. That's not an argument.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You have to look over 4 years. I'd say, over 4 years, Foden's achieved more. But it's a comparison that at the moment, they're too similar, man. They're too similar.
It's proper.
It's Saka's, though.
It is mad, isn't it? Big up Priest of Banter for the super chat as well. Thank you, bro. It really helps the channel. So he says Arsenal were the most consistent team this season. Doesn't mean they're the best team. That's still Man City. Consistency and class are two different things. And it's true. Like on paper, I do think Man City are the better team. But if we're just talking about the league alone this season, obviously, if they win it over 38 games,
Chelsea are top 4.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. But obviously, if we are football fans and we say Arsenal win the league of 38 games, we're gonna all just have to say, do you know what, they deserve it because 38 games is not knockout.
I'll put it out here. I'm not here to call Arsenal bottle jobs, no matter what, right?
Yeah.
And the only thing, and Mo and someone else were having a conversation on Twitter earlier, and this Arsenal fan said, I will only call my club bottle jobs if we're 5 points clear with 2 games left and we end up losing it, right? And Mo was like, that's too small a margin. I said, no, because if Man City, the first time we won the Premier League, if we would have lost that final game against QPR, because all we had to do was beat QPR. If we would have lost against QPR at home, that would have been bottle jobs, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So I think the only ways, and if you look at it this season, if Arsenal go into the final game of the season and need to beat Wolves at home to win the league, no matter what City do, Arsenal beat Wolves and win the league, and they draw or lose to Wolves, then that would be considered a bottle job, right? Because last season, again, if City hadn't have beat Villa, it would have been a bottle job.
You bottled it. Yeah, on the last day,
You're at home against a team that you should beat and you lose it.
Yeah, Man United bottled it. Look at us. I think we were like 8 points clear, and then that Vincent Company header against everything. Everton draw 4-4. That's what you call bottled. That's where I see Arsenal right now. You're 8 points ahead. I know there's a game in hand. That don't mean you're going to win it. for City. But if you go across and you have 8 points and it's still like 5 games to go and you start losing, you're bottling it, G, because Man City caught you up. The pressure's caught you. That means you've bottled it. That's what you call bottled.
And do you know what's something interesting as well? And we'll go into our predictions as well. 8 likes of 100 people, by the way. So make sure you do that. 200 of you in here. So keep smashing that like and supporting. And me and Sam, funny enough, that to talk about it, to come back from Jamaica. And he was like, I thought it'd been Jamaica. And he's like, Haaland scored 8 goals in 3 days. I've missed it all, which was quite funny. And we were just saying that, you know, when teams go out of like competitions, Arsenal are now like playing 1 game a week. Some people say that's a blessing at times, but also it can be a negative because, like Cass said, if you actually go into a game like Arsenal next week and they slip up or they draw, they've got to then build up that adrenaline and then win the week after. The amount of pressure that comes into that game, and you're like, I must win. You overthink it all week, and that's all it takes. And
you know, that's what happened. What Cass just spoke about there. The first time we won the league, we lost against, I think, 8 games before the end of the season. We lost against Arsenal on a Sunday, right? At the Emirates, and that meant that you were 8 points clear with 7 games left. And apparently, Khaldoon came. I remember it. It was like, so deflating. And apparently, Khaldoon went down into the dressing room and said to everyone, "You know what? Go away, have a couple of days off, and when we come back, just enjoy the rest of the season. And what will be, right?" And then on the Wednesday or Thursday, I think we played Wigan, right? It was someone like Wigan, and Tevez returned. That was the first game back for Tevez, right?
The one player I hate that went to you.
And from that point, every game we won. But it was that the pressure had come off of us now, because it was like United under Fergie, with Ferdinand, with all of them players, Rooney, all of that, Evra, they're going to win the league now, innit? No pressure on us. Let's just play every game. And all of a sudden... So there's so many swings and roundabouts. It's not going to be a game that we predict that wins this league this season. No way.
Yeah, 100%. It is going to be so tight, man. People keep smashing the like. We're going to get into our predictions now, and we're going to just basically justify why we've picked teams in them positions. Make sure you get your comments in. So what I just said as well before Cass, because when Cass went, just so Cass knows as well, when Cass is going through his predictions, discussing them, you guys in the comments, look at his predictions and get questions in. Like, that's what we want to do. If you want to ask Cass why he's put teams there, quiz him. Is it? Yeah. Well, I don't know who's first on the spreadsheet.
I think Mo's first. I think Mo. Shall I get up?
Pause, yeah, pull up. Yeah.
Get it up for Mo.
Yeah. So basically, I think
I want to try and pinpoint where I think he's gone wrong.
So this is Mo's prediction. He's got Newcastle. I think the bait one's Newcastle 4th. Aston Villa in 10th. Leicester 12th, which I know there's a common one there with Utah. But I can't really.
He's got Forest to go down. To be fair.
Yeah, I can't really argue that too. I don't think that's a bad prediction from Mo. It's
interesting when you look at the game. It's hard with the relegation because if you look, there's a few games in hand floating about. There's a few, like obviously Palace getting rid of a manager, Everton having a new manager, and a few things like that. Do
you know what confuses me so much? Though? It's the point gap stats, like from 13th to like 18th. It's like 3 points. Like it's crazy.
This is what I'm saying about even for 10th tonight. Like Fulham have got bare points. To them drop loads of points and to go below to 11th, it's like, what, really? All right.
Yeah.
I think the hardest thing is, right, that when I looked at it, I'm looking at like teams like West Ham, teams like Everton, teams like Leicester, thinking you man should have the know-how to get out of this, right? And if one of those three, for me, get dragged fully into it and end up getting relegated, that's not good, because those 3 teams should have the know-how. Like Leicester, come on. Leicester's squad is too good for relegation.
Yeah, 100 million % agree with you. If they get relegated, there is about 7 players that teams are snapping up immediately in the Premier League from that.
Vardy would probably have a good season again in the Championship, though.
Yeah, it's true. Wait, who did you say?
Vardy.
Do
you know what? He probably could, you know. No joke. He could actually score goals.
In the Championship now, though, man. It's changing. He's getting way more technical.
But you know with Vardy, though, he just knows where the net is, isn't it? You know, like Billy Sharp, he still scores, but when it comes to the Prem, he can't do it. It's mad.
That's the one.
You know what, though? Newcastle, I know Mo's on this Newcastle wave. I know he is. I know he wants them to get top 4. But for me, I look at it. Is Spurs going to be better because now they're kind of playing with more freedom because Ryan Mason's just in there and he knows the club?
Hold on. So is Conte actually gone now?
No, it's not official.
It's not official yet. There's a lot of money.
Ryan Mason is lurking.
Yeah, basically, and he's his assistant still as well. So Ryan Mason basically is apparently
Caretaker.
taking the job, but he's already working next to Conte. So it's like I'm basically working with you, knowing I'm taking your job.
Yeah, but I don't think
Why
Conte
always
will be
Mason?
on the line.
Why always Mason?
Yeah, no, he had it before, innit?
I don't think Conte is going to be on the line. I don't think he'll be here by next week, and I think he just won't even be on in the stadium or nothing. Anyways,
Sorry, Cass. I didn't mean to get them up. Okay, yeah. Well, to be fair, Conte hasn't taken training, Cass, apparently this whole break.
yeah. So there you go. Then it's done.
Yeah. Spurs trying to hold talks with Nagelsmann. Mo's trying to get into Kendall's good books.
That's what I said.
Man City, love that. Daps, this is City's winning the season. They will not be denied. God bless Manchester City. Brentford play better than Chelsea. Please be kind to Palace. Guys, make sure you smash the likes. Need 200 of you in here still on a Friday afternoon.
Do you know what? My mad thing. I've always liked Palace, but do you know? I'm starting to dislike Palace because of Simon Jordan.
Oh, talk sport. Yeah, he didn't even let Eddie Hearn talk, did he?
Bro, what? I would have.
Eddie Hearn threw some shade at him, and he started
talking
really fast.
Guy's a prick.
I think he thinks he knows it all when it's like, bro.
Yeah.
It's when Eddie Hearn started telling him that you basically took Crystal Palace into administration. Like,
yeah. I saw that clip on Twitter actually. That's Mo's prediction. People, obviously,
why is he apologizing? Like, idiot, man.
Yeah, it's true. What we're gonna do now, guys, like I said, get your questions in because we're the panelists right now here.
With me. See, I put Newcastle fifth.
Yeah, Daps, run through yours. This is your time to just explain why you put certain teams.
So I put Newcastle fifth. It's hard because they are grinding out results, but I just don't think they're looking good enough. And I think in certain key games against other teams, they're not going to be able to grind out results. Like,
hey, so if we look at here, I'm not even going to lie. I want you to talk on this top 5 because you've got City to come back and win the league, and you've got Liverpool to get top 4. They're two big things. So why do you think City win the league? And then I want you to say why you think Liverpool get top 4.
Bro, I'm going to be consistent with what I've said all season. I think City are going to win the league because we know how to win the league, right? That's all I can say now, yeah? Because the fact is, Arsenal have less games to play. We've got, we're going Bayern, then having to come back and play in an FA Cup, all of that. And Arsenal are where they are because they deserve to be there, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to be consistent. I can't, I've got to say what I said at the start of the season. I think that Arsenal at somewhere will drop points. Maybe it'll be Liverpool. I don't know where it'll be. And I think City will just keep going and keep going and keep going and get over the line, right? That's based on what I know. It's based on what I've seen. It's not based on what we think might happen in the future because Arsenal haven't done this yet. Yeah. So I'm going on what I've doubted City other seasons, thought we're not going to do this, and we've done it. So it's now time for me to go, no. I trust this team. I trust the manager, and I think we've got what it is. But we have to be our absolute best because if not, Arsenal are going to win this.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you a question based on this. So, guys, this is Daps' predictions. He's got City top and then Arsenal to finish second. Based off that, which I'm going to come to full screen now, if you don't beat Liverpool next week, is that over?
Bro, there's a very simple answer to that. When we lost against Arsenal in 2012, right, and Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson, with Ferdinand, with Rooney, with Evra, with a manager and a team that knows how to get over the line, was it over?
2013.
No, because 2011, 2012.
No, because you won
season we came back with 7 games to go, 8 points behind, and won the league. So if that can happen against an Alex Ferguson Man United, the league is never over until that final whistle goes, or mathematically it's not possible.
Technically, and also the league was weak that year as well. Weak. Was it like 20 points difference from second to third as well?
Yeah, I think so. But the thing is that we do have to be our best. And I do think you're right. If we drop points to Liverpool and then Arsenal beat, is it Leeds at home? Yeah. It doesn't look good, bro. It doesn't.
That's good. That's it. What do you think on that, Cass?
I think it'll be done, man. I don't think no team can afford to drop any points whatsoever now. I think Arsenal can. As well, yeah. I think Arsenal can, but because they've got the game in hand as well, they can afford it. But it's like I look at the fixture list. And it's
no one wants to drop points, bro. Because what happens generally, is what that does to your mentality when you drop points as well. Right?
For me,
it's
it's
all
just
about.
like you man got harder fixtures for me, like and compared to
Yeah, I
Arsenal.
agree, bro.
And
I
that's
agree.
it,
We've
innit?
got hard. Bro, no one's talking about the fact we've got to go Brighton away. We've got to go Fulham away, and then on the last day of the season,
Brentford.
we've got Brentford away, while Arsenal have got Wolves at home. So look, this is not me saying this is easy. This is like work for City. It's not, but this is football, right? If I go back to like my last day of the season when I was a kid, when I was excited to go and watch City play Queen's Park Rangers at Main Road, and I was excited to see Blackburn win the league, right? Because we were playing for nothing, right? Right now, I'm looking at it thinking I've got Liverpool next week. I've got Bayern in a quarter-final of the Champions League coming up. I've got a semi-final at Wembley. Do you know what? At the end of the season, it might end up that we have no trophies, but I know that I'm going to be entertained and I'm going to be like playing for something until the end of the season. Yeah. So that's what football's about, right?
Yeah, it's true. You just gotta keep rocking on. And you know what? The thing is for City and even Arsenal, they can't focus on the opposition. You've just got to win your own games. Win your own games, and that's what you can do. Big up Soccer Places. Can I have a shout out? Of course you can, bro. Obviously, big up everyone that's watching. It's always great to have your comments.
Yeah,
go on, of course.
So, if Manchester City, where Manchester City are right now, not as in league position, but as in, we always know that the board's objectives to Pep Guardiola are to be in as many competitions as you can, challenging. So where Man City are right now is where we should be according to our objectives, yeah?
Agreed.
If we were Arsenal right now, our board wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, that's true. But that's because your expectations are bigger than...
Of course, but that's what I'm saying. That
but relative to your season, you're still on track. You're still in the Champions League.
Yeah.
You're in FA Cup
and let me throw this in there. If the season ends with just an FA Cup, that's a bad season for City.
Yeah, which I think you're realistic. Nah, I hear you. I think you're realistic, and you're still on track to what you. But it's so mad because there's so much fine margins. You're still on track, but then, like you said, it could easily just switch off because you could go out of the Champions League and stuff like that. It is mad.
And then that's it. And then all of a sudden, we look at Liverpool last season. Where
so why have you got them fourth? Because what do you think in the comments, guys? Daps has got Liverpool fourth.
It's the hardest one for me because I look at them and I think every time that I think they're coming back, they go and drop points again, or they beat you, then they go and lose at Bournemouth, right? But it is the fact that this is Liverpool, yeah? So if I've just put City winning the league and Arsenal coming second, that probably means that I think we're going to beat Liverpool, but Liverpool are then going to go and beat Arsenal, right?
That's my logic.
So there's 3 points for Liverpool, right? And Luis Diaz coming back, I think that's going to be important. I think Thiago's back, that's going to be important. But the biggest thing is, if I'm going to use the thing with City, that we're going to do it because we know how to, then I have to be consistent. Liverpool are going to do it because they know how to. Like, we have to go back to 2020, 2021, was it? Where they ended up finishing third?
Yeah, I think you're about when Alisson scored the header that year when they were struggling. Yeah. It's true. Do you know what? Liverpool have got... I don't disagree with you in terms of Liverpool have got the know-how, but then I just look at this Liverpool team and I just look at them and I've always said to myself, can I see them putting a run together of winning 4, 5, 6 games? And I've always said that they can when they've got a fully fit squad. They might have a fully fit squad for the first time this season after this international break. But the pressure's on them straight away because they've got City. And I feel like if City beat them badly, then for their confidence, it's going to be quite dejecting. So it's for a half-12 game coming back off the international break, I think this is a massive game. Roms, what do you think?
Can I just say, United Red Army, yeah? I hope your day, it's a Friday, you should be in a happy mood because that comment you put, it's not kind, is it?
It's not.
But I hope your weekend gets better and whatever's going on with your life, I hope that gets sorted, bro, because that's mad.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's big up for addressing that. Roms, what do you think about Liverpool? Obviously, do you think you guys can get top 4? Cass, do you think Liverpool can do it? Like one game. By the way, we just spoke about Arsenal, one game a week. Liverpool have now got 1 game a week. They're out of every competition.
Yeah, go look at my predictions then.
Okay, well, we'll do that. I like that, you know. Man, just look at my exam paper, then we'll talk. Is there anything when you look at this now? Is there anything else that you like, Cass? You look at Daps' prediction and you're surprised by?
Maybe Leeds getting relegated, but Never say never, innit? But you don't know what you're gonna get down at the bottom of the table, innit?
It's too tight. It's too tight to call. It is actually too tight to call. Obviously, with Brighton as well, Daps, you don't think Brighton can get into the top 6 now?
Well, I was going to say to you on Liverpool, with Newcastle and Tottenham. So if you don't think Liverpool are going to get in there, are you saying Newcastle or Tottenham or Brighton?
You'll see in my predictions. Cass answer.
Brighton will be a mad one. I think I'd like to see Brighton do it, but it's
shit! You and Cass both got Liverpool.
Yeah, I got Liverpool there as well.
Oh, okay. Rob's is saying, I think we'll just miss out of us, Newcastle, Spurs, and Brighton. I feel we'll be the least consistent. Interesting. We're a fully fit squad, Roms, as well. Yeah, Cass, you might as well respond to Roms and also justify why you've got them fourth then we'll go through the rest.
No, I just think I just don't like Tottenham, innit? And I don't know, man. I said this. I don't even. Tottenham's got Everton. When I have to contemplate when Tottenham's got Everton away and if they can even get a point there,
true,
says everything I need to know. They got to play us. There's a couple other games. I said they're going to draw against Southampton. Like I don't see them beating Everton. I see them beating Bournemouth at home, of course. So I see them getting a lot of points at the moment, and the whole Conte situation is up in the air for now. And it's like, will they get that bounce? I'm not too sure. You know, like. They will get a bounce. They will probably have a period where they get a few W's though, but it just doesn't convince me enough. They got 2 games in hand above most people as well. I said I thought Tottenham were gonna shit their way through to the top 4, but I can't see it now. Liverpool got Chelsea. I think they beat Chelsea probably somehow along the way.
Where's it at the bridge though, isn't it?
At the bridge as well. Probably a draw. They'll probably beat Arsenal for me because they won in a Mersey.
And I think quite big. Do you know what's quite big in this title race? Sorry, do you know what's quite big in this, not just the title race, in the whole top 6, to be fair, yeah? It's Chelsea, because they've still got to play a lot of teams. And if Chelsea hit form, because, do you know, I'm trying to do this thing for some merchandise I'm making with someone, right? And on the back, I wanted to have a list of all the games where top 6 teams have dropped points against another top 6 team. Do you know Chelsea haven't beat any of the top 6 teams this season?
Yeah. Wow, and then you know what it is on top of that, I just don't that draw against Everton, that draw against Everton just told me everything I need to know, Ty. Everything. I was like, nah, you know what? I can't see it now.
The management from Potter as well, like the subs, everything went wrong there. Big up Third Eye, he says Cass's list looks decent. I'll crack up. Why does everyone spell your name with a Z?
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's KAS. You can see it in the top right. Like,
no,
it's fine. I don't mind, innit? I don't mind this.
I love it. He says, your list looks decent. Cass, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be light on you. I know it's Ramadan and all that. I know you're waiting to eat and drink later, yeah. What the hell are you doing with Leicester in the relegation?
Bro, they're shit.
Oh my god, you in Sarfo? I'm gonna have to send this to Sarfo.
You told me where Leicester look good. They got a shit defense, they got a shit goalkeeper, yeah. Like, look. Between 19th, pretty much, between 20th and 12th, there's not much difference.
They could score goals though. They could score goals.
No, they can't get a bit better.
Ricardo Pereira back. Castagna back. They got Daka back. Madison's back. Bro, they could score. Bro, they could score more goals than West Ham, Palace, Everton, Forest, and Leeds.
The thing is, Forest have a lot of home games coming up. I believe in Forest to get over the line. Leeds, I like Leeds just that bit. I think it's going to be between them 3 anyways. I think Everton gets settled, in my opinion. Palace they're going to just somehow get a couple results and just keep their. It's not going to be a lot of point difference. West Ham, not a lot of point difference. But again, with West Ham, they got better. When I look at all that list, I think West Ham got better quality than every single one, right? So I think Leicester go down.
This is mad.
Did you say Leicester go down?
Agree or disagree in the comments?
You know
I need it now. Agree or disagree?
I don't believe in Leicester. They keep going from shit worst to worst, and all that kind of stuff. I just think they end up getting, and I don't think there's going to be much difference between Bournemouth, Southampton, up to Crystal Palace. I think West Ham just got too much quality they'll just go away with it in the end. I think Wolves as well. The form of all these teams.
So what do you think that Crystal Palace, Everton, Leeds have over Leicester because they all concede goals and Leicester got more goals?
Leicester lose Madison and he's probably going to get injured again. Yeah, and they look lost in the sauce. I saw that game against Arsenal. Don't get me wrong, I get it. It's Arsenal. Bro, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
at least if Arsenal went to Nottingham Forest away, Leeds away, which they did, and they had a hard game. When they go to Bournemouth, where they did smack because that's why I got them in relegation. Crystal Palace away, they're all better. That's the point where I put it upon. I think Leicester end up getting. I think this is the nail,
So
man.
what if okay? So what if Maddison stays fit?
Yeah, they might have a chance, but I prefer Leeds and I think Nottingham Forest, who gave bad boy Newcastle a game and had to win by penalty.
Do you know what I think's important with Forest? Their home form.
Yeah, they're really like an old school crowd, isn't it? It's like a Sheffield.
Yeah, their record at home's been insane.
What do you think, Daps, on Leicester? Like, Cass has got them relegated.
Well, it's just for me. It's like I said, if them Everton or West Ham end up getting relegated,
you had them 14th. Okay, I'm just looking. Okay, and then that.
Bro, I think they should have enough. Like they should do. But look, this is the same thing. These are only our opinions, innit? These are
there's no right or wrong. I like that
based on watching football and
Leicester are shit.
Look,
Danny Warning
but
goal.
Again, if I'm saying I think City will win the league based on the know-how, then I have to use that same thing that Leicester have avoided relegation before. Yeah, with some players that are still there, I believe, right? And also with the squad players they've got, they should know how to win games and get things done. But
yeah, and I also think when you look at the quality, like when I look at them teams, I think how many of them players would I probably take in my squad, or can they get in a top 8 team? I look at Maddison, I look at Telemans, I look at Ricardo Pereira, even though he's back from injury. I look at Harvey Barnes.
Would you take Telemans?
I would on a free, 100% on a free.
Overrated, that's man.
I'll take him on a free.
He wouldn't fit. He wouldn't fit into Brighton for me. No, you know what? He'd probably fit into Newcastle.
Look, Arsenal. I was about to say Arsenal would take him.
I think Arsenal are too good for him now, bro.
I think they're way too good for him.
No, what it is, I think Telemans is a good player, but he needs to step up himself to test himself. He's got comfortable at Leicester. Like he's good at Leicester. And everyone was rating him. Now he's just kind of got to. It's like Ndidi. Look at him 2 years ago. Everyone's talking about 50, 60 million.
Ndidi's the one, bro.
Yeah, and like he's not really lit up, but they sometimes need a change. Let me see what guys in the comments are saying.
He's not starting for me in the top 8. He's not starting centre mid. I'm sorry.
Yes, D1 says Cass is spot on about Leicester. They could go down and they look lost if Maddison isn't on the pitch and he's injury prone. Leicester to go down, people. That's the question. Agree or disagree?
Do you know one thing I would say? Remember me and Mo went to see Leicester v MK
Dons.
Right? And I'll be honest with you, like, they're just, like, even against MK Dons, and that was MK Dons without a manager, right? Leicester kind of didn't look that much above their level. And it's mad when we look at the players that were on the pitch. It's like, how are MK Dons looking about the same level as Leicester? When you think it was only 6 years ago they won the league.
Yeah.
And kind of mad.
I think Brighton go above Newcastle. Brighton play better football. They look better. They're more convincing. They can definitely gather up the points. I think Newcastle still drop. I think again, I don't think it'll be much difference again, like in that, but I just still think they drop. They got Isak back, but the goals they are relying on. This is what I'm talking about. The goals they're relying on. Penalties, last minute, 89.
The football's not good, consistent enough either. They're just physical.
If you're telling, I can tell me like Tottenham might be 2-1 down, but I can guarantee maybe Son, Kane, someone gets a goal. Liverpool, obviously. I think they're better than them anyways, of course. Brighton convinced me more than them. So how can I think any different? I think I just look, I think Man United go there to St. James's Park and we just rattle the fucking shit out of them. And that's again, it's like fuck questions again.
No
Casemiro. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit scared. A little bit scared.
I don't care. I've seen teams target Sean Longstaff's side. He can't cover.
No, but you're not amazing away from home.
So I know we're not, but I still think we can do something, especially with all the rest we're getting with players. It should be a good reset for us. It should be a very
need you not to
reset.
do that because I need St. James's Park to still be seen as a fortress for Arsenal to fear it. Because if you go there,
it'll be tight,
and then Arsenal fans will think they're going to go there, and they probably will. So
do you know what? Let me ask you both a question. Yeah, I like playing devil's advocate on these things with Brighton. Cass, you've got them 6th, and Daps has got them 7th. If they win their games in hand, I think they go level with the points on top 4 or 5th or whatever it is. When you look at the football they play, based off the season, Brighton are up there with actually the top 4 teams in terms of the football they play. Why do you guys think that they can't have more of a momentum than Liverpool and Spurs, even though they're bigger clubs and you say like they've got a know-how, but why can't Brighton get into that top 4?
squad.
Well, straight away, again, me and Cass have both put City top, which means we have to beat Brighton away from home, right?
So do we.
So we're going to knock that momentum. We have to be consistent with how you look at, if you map it out. I want to see Brighton do it, don't get me wrong. But that, you know what? Would that be one of the... Now, Arsenal, if Arsenal win the league, that's probably... What's bigger, actually? Question for you. What's bigger, Arsenal winning the league this season or City winning the Champions League?
Oh, what's bigger? Oh, Arsenal winning the league because no one expected it, whereas people think City can win the Champions League.
Yeah, except for City fans. We don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you were going to say Arsenal winning the league or Brighton getting top four.
No, I was going to say that, but then I thought the other one is us winning the Champions League. Brighton getting top four. I think everyone would love to see it, innit?
But they're just not going to do it, innit? It's just they don't score enough. You know what it is? Like even Evan Ferguson's good. I just feel like you can't rely on an 18-year-old Evan Ferguson to bang you goals in the last few months of the season to beat Liverpool and Spurs to top four. Like, what's it? Welbeck's their second choice? I'm sorry, but come on. Do you know what I mean?
Do you miss him, Tom?
Maybe. You need a striker.
Well, I actually saw you call someone baby.
I didn't even, you know what? I didn't even know how to answer that. Maybe not.
Danny Welbeck do better.
I saw you call someone Baby Marshall.
Oh,
Colomwani. Yeah, bad boy.
Baby Marshall, though.
He is the style.
That's not putting a lot of expectation on the man.
Nah, he's just fit. He's a fitter version. But let's see, man. Let's see on that one. Matoma and March, if their form continues, who knows? What's United's run like? I think they have played all the big boys already. We've got Newcastle.
And we've got like Brent. I think we got a lot of home games. We've got Everton at home, Brentford at home,
Villa at home.
I
think Newcastle away. I think Newcastle away.
Another hard one.
Yeah, Newcastle away is the hardest game. Chelsea at home we've got as well, which needs to be rescheduled.
By
and
the
then
way,
we've got Brighton away.
Newcastle, Sven Botman and somebody else has been hit with a virus in the camp.
Yeah. So they're traveling back. 100%. Gunnar Luke, big up member as well. He says Brighton just missed top four. Schedule is a bit rough. United only have 3 of the big 6 games left to play. I'm looking at your anything when you look at Cassie's predictions, Daps, that you want to question before we go on to mine. The Newcastle job.
You know what? I think mine and Cassie's are pretty similar. You know,
they are pretty similar. To be fair, yeah. They are pretty similar. Guys, make sure you keep flashing the like button. Over 200 of you here. This has already done nearly 50 minutes. So we're going to do another 10, 15 minutes max. And then we're going to wrap up the show. These are my predictions. As you can see, guys, I've got Arsenal to keep top spot. City to finish second. Wait.
You got West Ham in the same spot?
Did I put Liverpool fourth?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, shit, I did as well. Damn.
I didn't do this while you were driving. But...
No, I have. I'm a 10-2 driver, Daps. 2 hands on the wheel. Arsenal, City, United, Liverpool. I've got Spurs to finish 5th, Newcastle 6th, and 7th. I've got Brighton. So I think my top 7 is kind of a bit staying how it is, apart from Liverpool get 4th. And I just think that's because I think Tottenham aren't consistent enough and they rely on Kane too much. And Son's not been the same player. I think, like Casa said all season, Newcastle are gonna just have games where they just don't win, or they're gonna grind out loads of 1-0s. But I just think Liverpool with their squad back will get goals.
I confirm. You did put Liverpool. You did. Put Liverpool.
I did. Yeah, Massive Ty's got amnesia. And then I've got Leicester 12th, so I'm surprised that you lot have had them so low. I just think with Leicester, maybe I have a little soft spot for them, but I like the way they play their football.
You always have done, bro.
They make. Yeah, I like Leicester, and I just feel like if they can get their squad together, what you said, Daps, is bang on. You know, earlier you said about consistency in terms of why I think things. With Liverpool, I'm saying about their squad coming back, and I think they can get the goals. I look at Leicester's squad, and I think the same. Their squad's coming back, and they can get goals. But Cassidy was saying they can't defend. I get it. But I just think
Pereira's back. Pereira's not being played. He's played 2 games in 2 years or some shit.
Do you know what it is for me, Daps, though? I mean, I'm Casto. I feel like Leicester will lose to the big 6 teams, because they will score more. But if you look at the teams Leicester are playing around, right? West Ham, Everton, Wolves, Forest, Palace, and Leeds. If you said to me that Leicester have got a better team than them teams, I 100% think they have. So that's why I think they outscore them teams. That's how I've done it, of my logic, that they get 12th. 12th is too high. Someone says probs.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I think. I get, I put that they'll avoid the relegation drop, But when I see you're putting them 12th, I'm thinking, right, you.
I'm going to be honest. Go look at the point difference between 12th and 19th.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
They're all in like the 27-point bracket.
Bro, the gap's like 3 points between 12th and 18th. It's crazy.
It's mad. It's it's mental.
It's actually crazy. Someone says no stopping Arsenal. Are you guys surprised that I've got Arsenal top?
No.
No.
It's tit for tat, isn't it?
Not. Yeah. Bro, look, I expect most people to now be thinking Arsenal are going to win the league. Yeah, I do. Yeah, but it's the same thing I've said all season. I can't go back on what I've said because we're not at a point where I need to go back on what I said. I've said things about Arsenal. I've been proven wrong and gone, yeah, you know what, I'm wrong. I think in January it's got to a point where people need to stop talking about Arsenal crumbling. Like, yeah. Arsenal are where they are. They're midway through the season. They were on 50 points at the midway point. Yeah, that's half of 100 points. So he got recognised for doing 100 points, right? So we have to say this isn't just Arsenal having a good season. Arsenal are having not just for them, but for the whole Premier League, a very good season. Yeah. So the other day, I think someone was trying to prove it was another bottle job conversation. Someone said, "What if Arsenal lose every game?" And I'm like, that's just, why are you even saying something like that? It's not going to happen, is it? Like, they're just going to keep coming and coming. I don't, like last weekend when some people were doubting they were going to beat Palace. I was like, why? Why would you be doubting? What are you basing that on at all?
Yeah, it's true. Like, I look at Arsenal now, and I think with the running they have, I don't actually think either team has a favourable running. But I agree with you, Daps. I actually think if I actually had to pick one, I think I like Arsenal's more. And Sam was surprised at me.
Bro, a favourable run-in sometimes isn't good.
A good thing.
Because like when Arsenal were beating Bournemouth, that was great. But then when they lost, a load of the City lot I was with were like, and I go, do you know what? If Arsenal would have lost today to Bournemouth, we probably would have gone and dropped points at Palace, right? Because we need pressure. The best City is this business end of the season when we have to win every game. So if you look at an easy game at home, you can go into that a bit complacent. So
yeah. You can 100%. It is going to be so interesting. Big up Kieran as well. So he got quite a few comments and he says Bournemouth and Villa really nearly caught Arsenal out, but because they did get those late goals, it's the stuff of champions. Do you know what? Sometimes games like that, it's true. It can do so much for your mentality. I think it might be even me, you and Catherine together. We said you'd rather win them type of games than win 2-3-0 and be like 2-0 up by half time. I know it's still control, but yeah, when you're trying to go for something you haven't had for so long, winning them games where you're 2-0 down and whatever, it gives you that extra belief that, you know, you can go and win it. And Trevelli says Arsenal's record this season is 22-3-3. So what? They've played 28 games this season and they've only dropped points in 6 of them. So if you think about it, there's 12 games to go. They're probably going to drop points in maybe 2 games, would you say, or more? I'll say no more than 2 games. And one of them will be your game, Daps, because I think you beat them.
Probably.
I do think we beat Arsenal, but
they have to. So basically, okay, where do you guys think then? Right, if we do it this way, say you beat Arsenal, yeah, and this is for you as well, D1 and the City fans. If you go and beat Arsenal and you win your game in hand against Liverpool, so right, you beat Liverpool, then it's 5 points. You beat Arsenal, it's then 2 points. Which game do you have the most confidence in that they drop points? Would you say Newcastle away?
If I had to pick a game,
West Ham away they've got as well. Brighton at home.
No. Bro, I'm sorry, but I'm putting Arsenal on this pedestal now, right? Which they've earned, by the way, where I'm not looking at many teams thinking many teams can beat Arsenal. Arsenal are a good fucking team. They've earned the right to be put there where I can't be calling out teams going, I think they're going to beat them no more. That's not Arsenal no more. So if you look at it, it probably would be Newcastle away. But I don't think the league will be decided by where we think it's going to be decided. Remember that season where we won the league? I think we ended up winning it a week early. It was the season we got 100 points, but we ended up winning it on a Sunday because man dropped points against West Brom.
Yeah.
And no one thought you were going to drop points against West Brom, right? I think like Pep was out playing golf, Finney was at a pub or something, and all of a sudden we've won the league. And it's easy to try and pick the games, and we're like, people look at the Liverpool game. Of course, it is one game at a time now because if we win, the pressure is on us right now. We beat Liverpool, the pressure goes back over to Arsenal. They win that game back over to us. It's just going to keep going. So
it's going to keep going. Yeah, that's true. D1 says tie.
So, hold on, we haven't really spoke about United and where United are going to get.
Anfield, we will. We'll do that.
Are we all agreeing third?
Basically, the way it's looking is third. Like everyone, I'm literally building a table for all of us currently.
Yeah, on like a combined sort of thing.
On a combined thing. And so far, is it the 24th today, by the way, right? 24th. 24th. So far,
I forgot Arsenal got to go Anfield, Cass. I keep forgetting that.
That's what I'm saying. But it don't matter anyways. It's not the point because I think Arsenal will have a chance there. By the way, I'm going to base these positions based on what we said, yeah, for the top 10. And we're going to have to debate it so I can put a thing up of the prediction table. I've actually got, based on our one, Liverpool are finishing 4th, Man United 3rd, Chelsea 8th, Aston Villa 11th, Fulham 10th, Brentford 9th. And we just got to figure out everything else. I think the bottom 2 is easy, Bournemouth and Southampton. So we got to figure out everything else. So who do we all think is finishing 5th?
You go 5th. Spurs.
I'll go Spurs. I don't mind that.
Dude, because there's 3 of us, it makes it easier. So if 2 of us say Spurs, just put Spurs in, and then it's like, so for example, put top City because 2 of you both said City from the
That's
top.
What I've done.
Do it like that, majority. Yeah, so you guys put City top because you both said that. Yeah.
6th.
Newcastle,
Brighton.
Yeah, Newcastle.
You saying that? Newcastle.
I hope not.
So basically, the top 10, the way it looks as it currently stands, and which everyone will see. Don't worry, don't cry. Literally, City, Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, Tottenham, Newcastle, Brighton, Chelsea, Brentford, Fulham. Now we just got to sort out the other lot. Other than Aston Villa, what are we looking for? I'm not having this.
No. So what? We got Everton, Leicester.
I can share the screen.
Palace.
Obviously,
share screen.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So,
do you know what? These teams are in a scramble. Do you know how many millions you lose if you get relegated?
Yeah. And this is a thing, Ty, that when we look at, like, we can look at, say, City v Liverpool and say Liverpool want to win it because this is part of their top 4 push. City want to win it because it's part of their title push. But then when you look at, say, when we have to play Everton away, right? So City's got Everton away. Everton are going to be needing those points very badly, right?
Yep.
So because
dangerous playing them teams, isn't it?
And even as players, you've got to think these players that play for Everton right now, they'll be thinking if we get relegated, we've got to reassess our whole life. We've got to, and it sounds mad on the wages that Premier League players are on, but trust me, their mortgages will be a lot more than any of ours. So they're thinking, there might be in their contract pay reductions and whatever.
Yep.
And they're
release clauses, everything.
Those players are thinking, even if we are going to get relegated, I want to look good being relegated so that I get snapped up by a Premier League team. So my wage stays the same. So all of that stuff is relevant that everyone, business end of the season, are fighting for points. Everyone.
100%. You're right. Dangerous to play in relegation teams.
The best teams to play actually are the mid-table teams. They've got
because they've secured. Yeah, they've done everything. Like Fulham, they've done everything they need to do.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, Fulham players have hit their objectives, their goals. I would imagine already. They've cleared them.
So what we got in here then?
Yeah, I think Villa stay where they are. To be fair, I don't like Wolves, man. They just got bopped 4-2 by Leeds.
I'm gonna throw another one in. Let's just do relegation. Who do we think is finishing in? Who's getting 18th?
Okay, I'm gonna. Palace or Leeds.
I think Palace sacking Vieira was very naive at this point in the season.
I can't lie. I'm happy to go for Palace to get relegated.
I don't want to see Roy Hodgson relegated. I feel harsh on him.
I know. You feel like he's come back to save him, and he's just
bro. It's like seeing my granddad come back. Yeah, exactly. Happy, like he'll be happy, and then I don't know, man.
All right. 12th, I'm happy to put somewhere like
this
Wolves
is actually
there.
proper hard.
I'm happy to put Wolves in 12th.
Yeah,
personally,
they need to start scoring goals, though, man.
By the way,
West Ham will definitely be safe. West Ham will 100% be safe. I think you got to put Leicester 14th because I think me and Daps both have. I had him 12th. Daps had him 14th. You had him like 18th. So maybe 14th for Leicester. Everton, I don't think they go down. So I think they will find a way with Calvert-Lewin back. That Cass, I reckon they do enough. I think Everton 15th.
Yeah, I'm happy to put them there. Now this is where it gets.
This is the lottery. Yeah, this is it. It's either Leeds, Palace, or
Forest
Forest.
down.
We said Forest's home form will keep them up.
I'm happy to put Leeds 16th personally. I think I'll put them 17th, but I don't mind it.
So what we saying? We saying Palace maybe? Because I think Forest are better than Palace. I do.
I put Forest out of relegation, so
yeah, so have I. So I think Palace might have to go in.
I mean, Forest to go here.
Oh man, this is
Forest
mad.
to go here.
Do you know what? If this, let me ask you this, Cass. If Palace had not sacked Vieira, would you think they'd probably be heading down? You probably think they'll be getting dragged in, innit?
They'll be getting dragged in regardless. Let's face it. Palace was shit. They barely scored any goals.
I think they're crap. They're not playing the players that they're not even playing their best players.
But the thing is, Roy Hodgson, he might steady
the ship. You know what? This is one of the hardest ones.
What are you saying, Daps?
This is mad hard.
How long has Roy Hodgson been out for?
Not that long, since the start of the season.
No, a year and a half probably. Vieira's been there.
I don't know. I don't think for me. I can't see it, man. I must admit, I was looking at Palace.
Do you know what? I'll go off the logic. We can't get it wrong. Go off the logic that can't be wrong.
Yeah, right? I think Palace
there's no right answer for this.
I said Palace go down. Over Forest.
Yeah, do it. Cass, do it. Just do it. Yep.
Don't want
the home form of Forest. I think they score more goals than that. I know.
Is that what we're saying?
Someone said Watford relegated last season.
Yeah, that's what I just said. He got him relegated, but relegated.
Yeah.
Bro, whose decision was that, man?
Simon Jordan.
You know what it is? It's just a backwards decision.
There we go.
I can download it quick as well.
Don't you think sacking when you really deep it?
And then we will show you.
Sacking Vieira was a backwards decision.
I don't think it helps, but if they should have at least had another manager lined up.
Yeah, like to sack him and bring in a manager that last season got a team relegated. Like, if we're being real, if you want a manager that might keep you up, but last team he was at also got relegated, you'd go for Sam Allardyce, right? But if you want to go for an old school manager, Roy Hodgson, I don't know, man. They probably got him on the cheap or something. He's probably doing it for a Werther's original or something.
Yeah, no, it's awful, but
that's for the Friday Werther's original. This is what we're looking at then. This is 24th. Yeah, this is it. This is the last prediction we're gonna do.
We have to review at the end of the season, innit?
So we've got Burnley, Sheffield United, and who else coming up next season?
Millwall.
Middlesbrough, Michael Carrick.
Oh, yeah. Middlesbrough. I think if Middlesbrough get in the playoffs, which they probably will now, I don't think anyone will want Middlesbrough in the playoffs, man.
Nah, they're playing ball at the moment.
Do you know what? Middlesbrough, Burnley, and Sheffield United. They're actually
that's like an old school Premier League, a bit of
But also with the managers they've got and with what they're kind of doing there, they could come up and.
I'm going to be honest. I think Middlesbrough get automatic promotion. I'm not even saying Sheffield United. I think they get knocked down.
I think Middlesbrough.
They're not far off. They're not far off. And don't forget, Sheffield United got one eye. They've got a semi-final as well. Sheffield United got a semi-final.
I'm telling you now, Millwall's got West Brom and Luton Town, and then Hull City. It's favourable, man.
That's mad when you think about it.
That's my dad's team, you know. I'm going all out.
You've got Carrick with Middlesbrough and then Company with Burnley.
Mental, innit? Michael, they always said, I think someone said it ages ago, Michael Carrick was always destined to be a manager.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. His brain.
Look,
you know what? Mourinho. Someone said
there's this thing with midfielders and managers, innit?
Yeah. Because they see the game differently, innit?
And you know what? It's so funny, yeah. No disrespect to Gerrard and Lampard, yeah, but Carrick's actually got a better footballing brain than them, and it's no surprise that as a manager, it looks like he's doing it the right way. No offense.
Bro, if you deep it and look at it, look at where Arteta played, the position he played.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Look at the position Pep Guardiola played, right? Look at the position Carrick played. Yeah, it's these players that play with more of the pitch in front of them.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You know what? That's going to be interesting. I love the playoffs as well. That's a sick part of the season that I'm definitely. Yeah,
the most exciting game in English football. is the playoff
Yeah,
final.
like it's the biggest game as well, money wise as well. The pressure in that, like you work your whole
Yeah,
season.
it's your bro. Imagine the season is 38 games, and then it comes down to one.
Bro,
Remember,
championship's
so back in the day,
46 Daps.
yeah. Back in the day when I still lived up north, I came down to watch Bolton play Reading with a load of my mates were Bolton fans, right? And when Reading went 2-0 up in the first half, Bolton brought it back to 2-2. Then and then eventually went 4-2 up in extra time, and then Reading got one back. But then remember the Watford one where they nearly conceded.
Yeah, the penalty, Deeney, mental.
Bro, the playoffs are different gravy, man.
Yeah, it's mental. It's actually sick, man. You end up playing like 50 games in the season.
I can get some tickets actually to some playoff finals.
Luton Town might get promoted. Imagine that.
Oh, hey, Luton down the road from us. I see someone in the comments as well saying, "Oh, you free?" Like,
I think where they've come from as well is kind
Luton,
of
Millwall could play each other.
That's been mad with them, you know.
Yeah,
and everyone thought Luton was a fluke last year, and they've shown that it's not been so.
You know what? Luton needs promotion to the Premier League so they can sort out their fucking ground, man.
Yeah, I know. They're trying to get one in the M1, isn't it?
Bro, their ground is the shittest ground in the Football Association.
The bit where you walk through the people's yards to get into one of the stands kills me.
Awful.
Oh,
you know the cottage in the corner of Fulham?
Go on.
That's what all of their ground looks like.
That's
quite surprised. You know, I'm glad he's not there this year, though. I'm just glad Norwich aren't really around. They are there for the playoffs.
They're not around.
Fuck them off. It'd be techie for you, innit, Cass?
Why?
If they come back to the Premier League and you appear on streams with that scarf in the background, people are going to be wondering who you're there for.
Why are you laughing, sir?
Because I just knew it was coming.
No, I don't care, man. No. But I'm going for Millwall to get promoted. Done.
Oh, right. On that note, we're going to wrap it up there, man.
That would be a spicy one. Millwall.
Yeah, Millwall Luton would be crazy. I'm not even going to lie. That would be crazy.
Millwall to come up here would just be spicy, just to bring back the old school days.
Yeah, imagine that West Ham Millwall as well. Bloody hell. But yeah, guys, that is our final predictions. 181 of you here. Please make sure you smash a like if you agree. Make sure you smash a like if you disagree. Big up everyone that's been watching. We're going to have definitely content coming out over the weekend as well. So stay tuned on our way to 8K subscribers. Hit a like as always. And don't forget as well, we'll have our call-in show coming in over the international break. So stay tuned for that as well, because I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to get your voice, your opinions and stuff.
Get that sorted.
So yeah, we will get that sorted. But guys, have a blessed Friday. And yeah, we'll catch you on the other side.